Hi everyone, today's story is called Clever Cub in the Case of the Worries by Bob Hartman. Mama, I can't stop thinking, Clever Cub said. Thinking about what, little one? Mama Bear asked. Lots of things, Clever Cub said. Like when the wind blows hard, I think about Skippy Squirrel's treehouse might fall down. Clever Cub pulled on one ear. He did that sometimes when he was worried. And when it snows hard, I think Fred might get stuck in his bunny home in the ground. Clever Cub pulled on both ears. I see, Mama Bear nodded. Sounds like you have a case of the worries. I do? Clever Cub wondered. He wasn't quite sure what the worries were, but it sounded bad. Yes, it sounds like you care about your friends a lot. Yes, I do, Clever Cub said. He was sure about that. And you don't want bad things to happen to them. No, I don't. Clever Cub stomped hard with each word. He was very sure about that. But have any of those bad things ever happened? Mama Bear asked. No, Clever Cub said, shaking his head. Then he pulled on his ear again. But they might. Let's go for a walk up the mountain, Mama Bear said. I have a story for you. A Bible story? Clever Cub asked. He loved Bible stories. Good guess, Mama Bear replied. High up on the mountain, they looked down over the whole valley. Mama Bear found a warm, sunny spot to sit in and began her story. One day, Jesus sat down on the side of a mountain, she said. A big crowd came to hear what he had to say. Jesus talked about how God loves us and wants us to take care of one another, just like you take care of your friends, Skippy and Fred, Mama Bear smiled at her cub. But then Jesus looked out over that big crowd, and what do you think he saw? A moose? Clever Cub waved to old Marvin the moose, who was munching on a bit of shrubbery. No, not a moose, Mama Bear said. I think he saw a worried look on some faces. I saw the same worried look on your face today. Did the people have worries too? Clever Cub asked. Well, maybe, Mama Bear said. What did Jesus tell them? Clever Cub asked. He told the people to look up, up, up in the air, Mama Bear said. Clever Cub looked up, up, up too. What do you see? Mama Bear asked. Birds, Clever Cub shouted. I see a flock of geese and some sparrows, and way up high I see an eagle. Mama Bear nodded. Jesus asked the people a question. Do the birds of the air plant seeds in the ground and water them and watch them grow? That's a silly question, Clever Cub chuckled. Birds aren't farmers. Exactly, Mama Bear said, and she chuckled too. But God makes sure all the birds have enough to eat. Jesus told the people not to worry about not having enough to eat. He said God would take care of them too. Mama Bear continued. Then Jesus told the people to look down, down, down to the ground. Clever Cub got down on the ground and looked all around. What do you see? Mama Bear asked. Flowers, Clever Cub said. I see a daisy and a buttercup and a dandelion. Lovely, Mama Bear said. Jesus asked another question. Do the flowers make thread or sew fancy clothes to wear? That's a silly question too, Clever Cub rolled on his back and giggled. Flowers can't sew. Exactly, Mama Bear said, but God makes sure flowers look more beautiful than the richest king wearing the finest clothes. Jesus told the people not to worry about their clothes. He said, God will take care of you. You are more important than flowers. Clever Cub said, God takes care of the birds and the flowers. God takes care of everyone and everything. That's right, my Clever Cub, said Mama Bear. But Jesus asked the people one more question. What was it? Clever Cub asked. Mama Bear answered. He asked them, can you make your life last even an hour longer by worrying about it? Clever Cub laughed loudly. That's the silliest question of all. Of course not. Mama Bear laughed at her silly cub. Exactly. Having the worries doesn't change a thing. It doesn't add hours to your life. It doesn't make the wind stop blowing or the snow stop snowing. It doesn't keep your friends safe. It's just a waste of time. Exactly, Clever Cub said. He looked up, up, up at the birds in the sky. He looked down, down, down at the flowers on the ground. Then he looked all around and saw old Marvin munching leaves and Skippy climbing a tree and Fred hopping up the hill. Clever Cub scratched his nose. He did that when he was thinking. Mama, do you ever get the worries? Clever Cub asked. Well, yes, sometimes, Mama Bear said. But then I remember what Jesus said, and I know God will take care of me. And I know God will take care of me and my friends too, Clever Cub smiled. And then off he went down the mountains with Fred and Skippy and old Marvin the Moose. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.